If the president has no other plan in place by October, you will reverse course and drop your position that, I quote you directly, the entire ACA must fall.
I have 2 children who are cancer survivors, so I feel very strongly about this issue as a matter of policy. And I believe that the president's made clear that he will ensure that
Sir, please answer my question. Will you stop playing politics with Americans' health care in the middle of a pandemic?
I'm not playing politics. I'm the lawyer. I'm not in charge of health care policy.
Will you?
Neil, your reaction to that?
Lawrence, there are, I think, 3 things you need to know about Barr's answer. First, he doesn't, because he can't, deny what the Congresswoman said. Did you tell the Supreme Court, quote, the entire Affordable Care Act should fall? He did. Second, it's an absolute betrayal of his duty. The Justice Department is supposed to defend federal law, not gleefully and willfully attack it. And third, his line about having 2 children who are cancer survivors, so he cares? How dare he say that? How dare he analogize his 2 children to the millions of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck with pre-existing conditions? I mean, Bill Barr's financial disclosures list that he has a wealth of over $20 million. I'm not worried about his children being able to afford health insurance. But I'll tell you, Lawrence, what I am worried about. I'm worried about the millions of Americans who don't have $20 million daddies. For those folks, the Affordable Care Act guarantees them insurance. And Trump tried to go to the court and get it struck down. He failed. Trump then tried to go to Congress to get them to repeal it. He failed. And now Barr walks into the Supreme Court against everything the Justice Department's traditions stand for and tries to tear it down that way. It is, and during a pandemic, no less, it is a total dereliction of his duty, a total dereliction of principle.
After all, it was about understanding that in America, until Joe Biden, together with President Obama, did the almost unimaginable feat of passing the Affordable Care Act and writing it into law, we knew that the reason that so many people, 30 million people before that, did not have access to health care is because they simply couldn't afford it. So it is an economic justice issue as well as a health care issue. And yet, on the weekend of Juneteenth, which should have been a time for celebrating liberation and inclusion, Donald Trump held a rally where he ordered that his administration should slow down testing, which of course showed no commitment to the importance of America's health care and public health. And just yesterday, the Trump administration and AG Barr, the president's apparent personal lawyer, filed briefs with the United States Supreme Court to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, which at this point would strip 23 million people, 23 million Americans of their health care, all of this in the midst of a public health crisis. And so obviously this administration is trying to take health care away from millions of Americans. That's it. It's actually not much more complex than that. This administration, Donald Trump's administration, is trying to take health care away from tens of millions of Americans. And so let's look at who's going to be impacted. Well, in the context of COVID-19, we know that communities of color have been disproportionately impacted. Over 23,000 Black lives have been lost because of COVID-19 as of today. African Americans are over 3.5 times more likely, and Latinos are nearly twice as likely to die from the virus. Across Indian country, we've seen the COVID cases that have disproportionately impacted those communities, and I'll speak specifically about the Navajo Nation, which alone has has over 7,000 cases. So people are dying, but Donald Trump is prioritizing his political prospects and playing games at a time when people desperately need their health care.